Every day we work is one to help the body move around. It's a domino effect. You miss a step and the rest of it won't work. Rest of it won't work. It's action potential here in the nerve, ready to make you move, yo. Just remember that you need me to move, yo. To stimulate the nerve and calcium channels. Calcium will pour into the membrane. I mean calcium into the membrane. Synaptic vesicles, gotta move though. Gotta move to keep the process going. And now you gotta release that ACH. So you gotta learn to penetrate the membrane into the cleft T. And now every day we work is one to help the body move around. It's a domino effect. You miss a step and the rest of it won't work. Rest of it won't work.
The cleft full of NA channels, they open up by ACH for show. Then the NA rush into the channels to polarize the membranes, how it goes.
It'll propagate the potential up and down the membrane, fast not slow, to the tubules to polarize the tubules. Next thing you know, makes the CA go. The calcium diffuses through the reticulum, you see, into the sarcoplasm like a G. It's crazy. Calcium will bond like trumpet and flea, exposes active sites for you and me.
Every day we work is one to help the body move around. It's a domino effect. You miss a step and the rest of it won't work. Rest of it won't work. Binding, 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 bind. Myosin heads to active sites. Now you see it's time to move. Now you see what we can do. Now we gon' need ATP to release the myosin, please. This will relax, you'll see. And I know it's real fast. For you know it's in the past. It keeps recycling and you keep on moving. Every day we work is one to help the body move around. It's a domino effect. You miss a step and the rest of it won't work. Rest of it won't work. And the rest of it won't work.
Now, do you like working out? But you don't like rap music, which you should. Here's another explanation.
Now first, an action potential is propagated along the presynaptic terminal of the motor neuron.
The action potential causes the permeability of the presynaptic terminal to increase.
Then, calcium ions diffuse in the presynaptic terminal, causing acetylcholine contained with several synaptic vesicles to be released by exocytosis into the synaptic cleft.
Acetylcholine, released from the presynaptic terminal, diffuses across the synaptic cleft and binds to acetylcholine receptor molecules in the postsynaptic membrane of the sarcolemma.
Amen.
Next, the binding of the acetylcholine to receptor sites causes ligand-gated Na+ channels to open, and the postsynaptic membrane becomes more permeable to Na+.
Sodium ions diffuse into the muscle fiber, causing a local depolarization that exceeds threshold and precedes an action potential.
Produces. Acetylcholine is rapidly degraded from the synaptic cleft to acetic acid and choline by acetylcholine esterase, thus limiting the length of time acetylcholine bound to the receptor site. The result is one presynaptic action potential produced by postsynaptic action potential in each muscle fiber.
The action potential produced in a muscle fiber is propagated from the postsynaptic membrane near the middle of the fiber toward both ends and into the T tubules.
The depolarization that causes the T tubule in response to the action potential causes Ca2+ channels to open of the membrane of the sarcoplasmic reticulum to open, and the membrane of the sarcoplasmic reticulum becomes very permeable to Ca2+.
Calcium ions diffuse from the sarcoplasmic reticulum into the sarcoplasm.
Calcium ions bind to troponin myosin complex changes in its position, exposes the active sites on the actin myelin.
And if you want to relax,
Cross bridges between actin molecules and myosin molecules form, move, release, and reform many times, causing the sarcomeres to shorten. Energy stored in the head of the myosin molecule allows cross bridge formation and movement. After cross bridge movement has occurred, ATP must bind to the myosin head. The ATP is broken down to ADP, and some of the energy is used to release cross bridge and cause the head of the myosin molecule to move back to its resting position, where it is ready to form another cross bridge. Some of the energy from the ATP is stored in the myosin head and is used for the next cross bridge formation and movement. Energy is also released as heat.
Now the relaxation phase takes place. Positive ions are actively transported into the sarcoplasmic reticulum.
The troponin, tropomyosin complexes inhibit cross bridge formation.
Finally, the muscle fibers lengthen passively due to gravity or another muscle.
That was garbage.